Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is a more serious one. Um, this one, I even asked my husband if I should do this because it might blow back on him too, and I expect some blowback on me. But well, we'll see how it goes. But he thought it was a good idea too, so he's aware that I'm going to say some things online that people might not like, and so we'll just start off and say, I know I'm not the only one who got up Wednesday, November 6th, and was severely disappointed in my fellow Americans. Shamed, embarrassed, even disgusted, certainly very angry. We could have had a president who was educated, erudite, professional, experienced, really overqualified, but we got a clown instead for the second time. He's had his idiocy on full display for 8 years, and millions of people don't seem to have noticed it yet. To say he's a clown or the slime mold has more humanity than this guy is an insult to both clowns and slime molds. If you've seen a documentary on slime molds, you know that not only do they have more humanity, but also more intelligence than this guy. I have to ask, what were you thinking? Is it just that he's a bully and you like that? He gives you permission to be a bully too? You like the way he's cruel to everyone and you wish permission to be cruel yourself? I don't know. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Everybody who voted for him should be ashamed. Although that's not exactly what I want the main focus of this message to be. It's not supposed to be, a little bit. Definitely need to get some things off my chest, but mostly I want to find a way to move forward for the next 4 years. We need to do something positive, way to keep our heads up, to keep fighting, certainly for our democracy. I'm not sure it's an exaggeration to say for civilization, at least in the United States. Because remember, this guy is for placing loyalists in the Justice Department. Bloody mass deportations, and not just deportations or mass deportations, but bloody mass deportations. I mean, he's literally giddy with the idea of blood and harming people. And his person he wants to put in charge of all that, it also seems quite giddy with a chance to hurt people. He wants to get rid of the FBI, to remove protections from the marginalized communities. He wants to gut the FDA. And if you know anything about the Americans' food supply before the FDA was put in place, look forward to going back to a time when meat could be delivered to your local markets already spoiled, the butter rancid, and your flour cut with things like sawdust or toxic minerals like arsenic. I mean, who cares, right? Besides, I'd like to cancel the Constitution. And remember what he said, if you vote for me one more time, you'll never have to vote again. He wants to take away your right to vote. Now, part of me wants to sit around and just like eat some popcorn and enjoy the schadenfreude when people who voted for this man find out that they are also being deported, or their family members have been disappeared or renditioned or taken to a camp, or that their job has gone away because of the new tariffs, or just they have to pay more for products because of the new tariffs. Because we're going to get a lot of that, I didn't know the leopards were going to eat my face, said the woman who voted for the leopards eating faces party. That's going to be happening a lot. And it's kind of hard not to take a little bit of joy in that when people have deliberately voted to destroy everything around them. But, they're not the only ones going to suffer. We're all going to be suffering. Our trans friends will come under attack. Our gay friends will find they can no longer get married, or that their marriages are no longer considered legal. American citizens who were born in this country being stripped of their citizenship and deported because their parents are here undocumented. People get sent to camps, certainly just about gearing up to start building those, making our food supply unsafe, selling off our wildlands to developers. If you want to go see the Grand Canyon, you better do it soon, I guess. Replace everybody in the Justice Department, just be loyal to him and not to the Constitution. There will be horrific consequences to this election. And it's going to take decades to fix it if we even can. It may be unfixable by the time he's gone. But some people just want to watch the world burn, and that's what millions of people voted for. I don't know why, but they have voted for the destruction of our way of life, our country, our civilization. And I just don't think that's an exaggeration. I wish it were. I really wish it were, because I was certainly upset when George Bush won, but I did not think it would destroy our civilization. I thought he was an idiot, and dumb things were going to happen, and dumb things did happen. And vile people did control him and get him to do what they wanted. But I never thought that we wouldn't stop voting, or that he would get rid of the FBI, or that he would, I don't know, make work camps and send people to them. Yeah, I didn't fear that, but now I do. And I don't feel I can remain silent because, I keep thinking about the thing Mark Niemöller said. It's an infamous quote. If I didn't protest when they came for the Jews because it wasn't a Jew, and I didn't protest when they came for the socialists because it wasn't a socialist. I didn't speak up when they came for the trade unionist because it wasn't a trade unionist. And then when they came for me, there was no one left to speak for me. I don't want that to happen. I want to speak up for my friends and my family, my loved ones, because the sheer inhumanity of this plan, Project 2025, is appalling. Appalling. We all must speak out against this. If you voted for him and think it's a good idea, I'm sorry, you just voted for flat out evil. You share the responsibility of the bloodshed and the deaths and the destruction of our government and our way of life. It's on you. You are the cause of the intense suffering that we will all go through. It is your fault. I know I don't believe that yet. I've seen the posts from some of his voters saying liberals are overreacting. God, I only wish that, oh, poo-poo, no one's going to take your rights away or whatever. But you voted for the guy who promises to take my rights away and my friends' rights away. He has said it. It comes out of his mouth. We're not making it up. He promises to burn everything to the ground, like the FBI and the FDA and the Department of Commerce, the Department of Education, the Justice Department. I mean, one thing after another that he's going to destroy. But he says he's going to send the U.S. Army against U.S. civilians. And you're like, sure, why not? He says he's just going to burn everything down. You're like, it's cool with me. He says he'll stop you from being able to vote again. And you're like, can't wait. I don't understand why you say those things. Meanwhile, I and those others who are still sane can come together and try to protect our friends and family from you and the man you voted for. Do we need to form an underground railroad? That's one of my questions. Get our trans friends to a safe nation? Do we need to hide undocumented workers in our attics? I mean, do we form human chains around mosques? Do we sit by our thousands around the houses of everyone on the Supreme Court who protects him and supports him? I'll take a shift at Kavanaugh's house or Barrett's house or Roberts' house. I'll take that one. And I don't have an attic, but I do have a car. I could drive someone somewhere to someone who has an attic or an underground railroad depot if we have to make those. But, we can't be complacent. We can't just give up. We're looking at what amounts to true evil, so much there is such a thing in the world. And you only have to look at his own words. I don't have to exaggerate. Just let him talk for himself, and you can hear right from his mouth. So, please join me and others in opposing what's coming our way. In order to do one small thing in this video, I have the names and contact info of some organizations you can support, and I'll have them scrolling by in a few seconds. And I'll list a few hotlines in case you need to reach out to someone. If you're trans or gay or bi, non-binary or something else, I can't list the whole list right here, but if the world is a better place because you're in it. Do not let them gaslight you into thinking that that's not right. You are valuable. You matter. You should be in the world. You are what's right with the world. They are what's wrong. Please, believe in that. Believe in yourself. If you'd like to come on this playlist and discuss things that we can do, certain organizations that are helping, or anything else, the hotlines or Project 2025, please contact me and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. And if I ask you to be on this playlist and you agree, I am eternally grateful. So thank you.